November 24, 1944. The skies above the Pacific are calm, but a storm is brewing. From the airfields of Saipan and Tinian, 111 Silver Giants, Boeing B-29 Superfortresses, roar into the dawn, their engines humming with raw power. These are no ordinary bombers. They're America's cutting-edge weapons, designed to strike fear into the heart of the Japanese Empire. Under the command of Brigadier General Haywood Hansell, stationed at his headquarters in Guam, the 21st Bomber Command launches its first major assault on Tokyo. The target, the Nakajima Aircraft Company's Musashino engine plant, a critical cog in Japan's war machine. Carrying 277 tons of bombs, these B-29s are about to rewrite the rules of aerial warfare. Half a world away, Captain Tatsuo Yamada straps into his Kawasaki Ki-61 Hien at Chofu Airfield, just outside Tokyo. The morning air is crisp, and his breath fogs as he adjusts his oxygen mask. His briefing was clear: intercept enemy bombers at maximum altitude. Intelligence reports hint at something new: massive four-engine bombers flying from the Mariana Islands at heights Japanese fighters have never faced. Yamada, a seasoned pilot with nerves of steel, volunteers for the mission. His Ki-61, armed with four 12.7mm machine guns and two 20mm cannons, is a formidable machine at lower altitudes, where Japanese pilots have long dominated. But today, he's about to face an enemy unlike any other, an enemy that operates in a realm where courage alone isn't enough. The B-29 Superfortress is a marvel of American engineering. Unlike the B-17 Flying Fortresses or B-24 Liberators, which struggled at 25,000 feet with crews bundled in heavy flight suits, the B-29 is a beast built for the stratosphere. Its pressurized cabins allow crews to work in comfort, without oxygen masks or bulky gear, at altitudes exceeding 30,000 feet. Turbo-supercharged engines deliver power where other aircraft choke, and a central fire control system coordinates defensive guns with deadly precision. This is no mere bomber, it's a fortress in the sky, untouchable by the technology of its enemies. As the B-29s approach Tokyo, Japanese radar operators at Chiba detect them at 27,000 to 31,000 feet, weaving through the jet stream's ferocious winds. Ground controllers scramble to vector fighters toward the incoming threat, but the Japanese pilots face an impossible task. Yamada's Ki-61, designed for combat at 15,000 to 20,000 feet, strains against the thin air. Its 175 horsepower engine gasps, losing power as the altimeter climbs past 28,000 feet. Control surfaces grow sluggish, and the plane feels like it's swimming through molasses. The Nakajima Ki-44 Shoki interceptors from the 47th Sentai fare little better, their engines overheating and oxygen systems failing under the strain of extreme altitude. Some pilots push their planes to the brink, only to stall and tumble back toward Earth, thousands of feet below their targets. From the cockpit of the lead B-29, Dauntless Dottie, Captain Robert Morgan commands with calm precision. Navigator Captain Theodore Van Kirk peers through the Norden bombsight, locking onto the Musashino plant below. The B-29s cruise at over 300 miles per hour, their fore right are 3350 engines roaring through the thin air, unaffected by the altitude that cripples their pursuers. The crew moves freely through pressurized compartments, communicating without the fogged goggles or frozen hands that plague Japanese pilots. As bombs rain down, jet stream winds scatter them, and only 24 planes hit the primary target. Yet the psychological blow is immense. Tokyo's citizens look up, awestruck, as silver contrails streak across the sky, untouchable, unreachable. For the Japanese pilots, the raid is a bitter revelation. Yamada watches the B-29s pass overhead, their defensive guns tracking his Ki-61 but holding fire, knowing he's too far below to pose a threat. His plane stalls at 30,000 feet, forcing a desperate recovery that costs precious altitude. Of the 40 fighters that manage to engage, most can only muster a single, ineffective firing pass. Machine gun rounds lose velocity in the thin air, falling short. anti-aircraft guns, theoretically capable of reaching 30,000 feet, fire blindly, their shells bursting far below. The raid marks a turning point, exposing a technological chasm that no amount of samurai spirit can bridge. December 3, 1944, brings another B-29 assault, this time with 86 planes targeting the same Musashi-no plant. The Japanese adapt, positioning fighters at maximum altitude before the bombers arrive. Captain Terahiko Kobayashi of the elite 244th Sentai leads stripped-down Ki-61s, with reduced armor and minimal fuel to shave weight. Some pilots volunteer for the Hagakure-tai, a desperate ramming unit willing to sacrifice their lives. These modified fighters climb with engines pushed beyond their limits, but even at 31,500 feet, they fall short. Sergeant Masaki Itaki attempts a ramming attack, only to be shredded by the B-29's .50 caliber guns, his planes spinning out of control. The bombers press on, unscathed. By early 1945, Major General Curtis LeMay takes command of the 21st Bomber Command, bringing a ruthless new strategy. High-altitude daylight raids have been hampered by jet stream winds, scattering bombs and reducing accuracy. LeMay's solution is radical: low-altitude night incendiary raids. On March 9, 1945, Operation Meeting House unleashes 334 B-29s over Tokyo at 5,000 to 9,000 feet, carrying incendiary bombs designed to ignite a firestorm. Japanese fighters, finally within reach, scramble into the night. Lieutenant Yoshio Mitsuyoshi and his Ki-44 engages, landing hits on several bombers. But the B-29's durability and radar-directed turrets prove overwhelming. The raid devastates Tokyo, killing an estimated 100,000 civilians in a single night, the deadliest air raid in history. The low-altitude tactic shifts the dynamics, but Japanese defenses remain outmatched. Night combat without radar or effective coordination limits their effectiveness. As LeMay's firebombing campaign intensifies, Japan's industrial heartland crumbles. Factories, including the Musashi-no plant, are reduced to rubble. Japanese attempts to develop high-altitude interceptors, like the Mitsubishi J-2M Raiden or Kawasaki Ki-100, falter. Material shortages and relentless B-29 raids cripple production. Prototypes like the Ki-83 and Ki-102 never see combat, destroyed in their hangars. The campaign's climax comes in August 1945. On August 6, Colonel Paul Tibbets pilots the Enola Gay, a specially modified B-29, to Hiroshima at 31,600 feet. Japanese fighters, including Lieutenant Matsuo Yasui's Ki-61, climb desperately but stall thousands of feet below. The atomic bomb detonates, reshaping history. 3 days later, Boxcar delivers the second atomic bomb over Nagasaki, again untouchable at 28,000 feet. Japanese radar tracks the lone bombers, but their fighters can't close the gap. The B-29 campaign is a testament to American ingenuity and industrial might. Pressurized cabins, turbo-supercharged engines, and computer-controlled guns create an untouchable fortress in the sky. Japanese pilots, despite their courage, face an unwinnable fight. Their engines fail, their controls freeze, and their spirits break as their homeland burns. Post-war analysis reveals a stark truth: of over 30,000 B-29 sorties, fewer than 50 are lost to fighters, a loss rate of less than 0.2%. The altitude sanctuary, backed by America's unmatched production, proves decisive. Veteran B-29 pilot Colonel Robert Robbins sums it up. "We owned the skies above 30,000 feet. The Japanese could see us, track us, but they couldn't touch us. It wasn't just a victory of courage, it was a victory of engineering." Japanese pilot Lieutenant Naoshi Kano echoes the frustration. "We climbed until our engines burned, but the B-29s were ghosts, untouchable. It wasn't about skill or honor, it was about technology we couldn't match." The B-29 campaign reshapes warfare. It proves that air power, backed by technological superiority, can bring an empire to its knees without a ground invasion. The lessons learned influence Cold War strategy, from nuclear deterrence to modern aviation. For Americans, it's a story of triumph, a testament to innovation, determination, and the relentless pursuit of victory. For Japan, it's a sobering reminder that in modern war, technology can outweigh even the fiercest warrior spirit.